Hey guys, Doc is here, and I would like to welcome you to a new one. Today I want to explain something kind of easy, but also it's like a different perspective. I used to be a Brony a lot. I used to watch the show a lot. I used to be very interested in it. But lately, I've been more and more being more of a furry, and I want to explain why I became more of a furry than a Brony. So why don't we start with why was I a Brony? It was because, back in the day in around 2016, I was interested in the show. I watched until season 6. I was never interested in anything afterwards because I think I got my fair share and got blown out of it. I really didn't much enjoy what I was seeing from later seasons. Didn't pique my interest, and also that was the time when I decided myself to stop watching TV shows and movies all out because I had more of an interest of watching stuff online, YouTube videos and such, but I wouldn't mind, watching a review of the show. That always made me kind of interested, but more so seeing why did the person like it than me just watching it, because it makes a little bit of sense because, my correlation of not being for TV shows anymore, but always had a fascination of seeing what others thought of the said show that I stopped watching. That made me part of this community. And for another reason, it's just I kind of got tired out because of all of the riffraff that has been happening recently. Yes, all that drama stuff can tire someone out, and frankly, I'm kind of sick and tired of it, but I'm still sticking through and through. Doesn't mean I'm going to abandon anyone who I see as a friend inside of the community, or stop helping people out in the community, or doing projects with others or such. I'm not going to stop doing that, but I was thinking also at that time about being a furry. And why was I more interested in being a furry? Well, it's because of that concept of the same thing of anthropomorphized animals, and that's kind of interesting in myself because throughout my life I have always been fascinated when it comes to dragons, and I've loved the concept of dragons ever since I was young, and my interest was piqued when I watched the first How to Train Your Dragon. My curiosity rose up more, and I would say that was the peak of when I was thinking more of a furry. Well, I think around that time maybe I was more of a furry than a Brony, but became a Brony through and through, but later realized, I'm more inclined with being a furry. That's why you can see as my OC is a dragon, and I'm very interested in this type of culture, even though that the culture itself is known for its controversies, but that doesn't stop me from doing what I love to do and being part of a community that I enjoy. And it's nothing malice about it or whatever. It's just more and more both communities are the same in how creative both are, but one is part of a trend that can die soon, while the other, the furry community, is something that can last forever. The ideal of it will never end, but something like Bronies can end when the show ends, when the next generation dies, or that the next generation flops and nobody's interested in it. But the thing is, would that Brony community still be as it is? Maybe, who knows? Maybe the people will make it alive by making their own part, the fans creating their own show to show how much the community can grow, because I know that there is so many talented people in the Brony community who can make their own show. Same with the furry community. They can do all sorts of riffraffs, art, animation, music, costumes, whatever. It's all creative. That's the biggest point that both collide with. They're both creative. They both know what can spark creativity. And it's very interesting to see how some of them do when it comes to creating stuff. Keychains, music, maybe even short film, movies, animations, making giant canvases of art. Giant conventions are part of the art, part of the culture too. And I find that very interesting. But the fact of the matter is that yes, that is interesting with the Brony side. I correlate myself with more of a furry because of the given reason that being a Brony just tires me out. The concept of the show doesn't interest me anymore. The community is still nice and such, and I will not ever put it into bad light. But the furry community of its whole, of its message is similar, talking animals and whatnot. But the thing with the furry community is that I just enjoy it more. Plain and simple. I enjoy that it's more creative. It's like there's so much you can do when it comes to like one show. You have to keep it in the canon. You have to keep it as itself. But while in the furry community, you can make a wolf-dragon hybrid, and that can be creative as heck. Or something like a third dragon. Or something like a mouth-gazing worm spreading demon wings. Anything is possible with the furry community. While with the Brony community, you are limited in your creativity. And yes, they can be very creative of stories and how the characters look. The furry community has more creativity when it comes to designs and such. That's all that I want to say, but I want to know what you guys think. Are you guys furries? Are you guys bronies? What do you think about both communities? I would really like to know. Until then, I'll be seeing you next time. See you later.